Hey, good day, good day. What's up, guys? I hope everybody had a happy and blessed Easter. Hope you got to celebrate that. Hope you got to go to church. My wife and I and our little son and some family and friends did. We had an amazing time. So I hope that happened with all of you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me adjust this. All right. Well, okay. Anyway, but welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. We're about 600 right now. We're getting close to 1,000, and that's going to be a big milestone for this channel. So if you could please hit that subscribe button. And if you guys ever want to get in touch with me, if you ever want to get to me personally, I'm not going to give you my cell phone number. I'm not going to give you my personal information, but you are more than welcome to reach out to me on Connect. I will get back to everything on there so long as it's appropriate and clothes are on. Otherwise, I will take your money and skip. All right. Anyway, I want to talk about something that I saw this week, saw today actually, which was Luigi Mangione. You guys probably remember this name. It's so crazy. I feel like 20 years ago, this would have been like one of the biggest stories. But for those of you that don't know, Luigi Mangione is the young man that killed Brian Johnson, I think, the CEO of United Healthcare. Now, it's crazy to me. Well, okay, so back up. Luigi sent Patrick Bet-David, who I'm a huge fan of, an email, or a letter, rather. Patrick had some flattering things to say. We'll get into that later. But if you guys don't remember, Luigi, shot him in cold blood, allegedly. And then it was like weird because it was so divisive. It was like, well, maybe this guy did deserve it, right? And it kind of laid the groundwork for a lot of stuff in our country. You're starting to see this dichotomy, if that's the right word, but you're starting to see this divide, rather, within our country, that there is justifiable killing in certain circumstances, which I don't disagree with. But the line is, if somebody comes into my house, this is what's weird, right? Is that some are justified and some are not. And I would say there's a very clear line. If your life is being threatened, or somebody around you, or somebody, period's life is being threatened, there's a very clear line that is okay to take a life, right? To take a life to save a life. Like, I think that's justifiable. But we have made this divide in our country, and I believe personally that it's a spiritual thing, right? Like, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual principalities that are in power. I think personally there is a spiritual divide that is allowing an inconsistency, right? So you see Luigi Mangione, you see people thinking it's okay for Trump to get shot at. Obviously, when Charlie Kirk was murdered, that was okay in some people's minds and hearts. And so this is just a weird thing that we're going through culturally right now. And I think it's happening all across the board of, you'll see on one hand, Charlie Kirk is the villain, but George Floyd is the hero. And I'm not saying that what happened to George Floyd is justified by any means. I think it was a bad action. Let me give you a better example. Charlie Kirk is a villain, but Renee Good is a hero and to be celebrated. And you're seeing a very clear line of a voter line, right? And I don't understand the divide. I don't understand how somebody breaking into somebody's house, or I saw the other day that somebody was painting Aranya Zarutska. I don't want to mess up her name, but the Iranian girl that got, the Ukrainian girl that got killed on the bus. Somebody was painting her, and I read an article that said that this was a divisive killing. And I just think, how is this divisive? How is this a political thing at all? How is the individual, the man that was let out, I guess because it's soft on crime policies that let the guy out? Regardless, we're seeing this divide, right? And again, it's a spiritual thing, right? If you see that murder of that girl and you have any like divisiveness about that being a wrong action by that man, and that, personally he should be probably put to death. There's something wrong with your head. Like there's something like legitimately wrong with the way you see the world. And so this Luigi Mangione thing, it definitely fit in this category of splitting people because of the justification of it. And I just had to take a step back and say, I don't know how this is, like, how is this justified? But then I hear the other side and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, if the guy's denying people medical care, like, is he killing people by the pen, not by the sword? Okay, so there was a compelling argument, right? Of, okay, well, maybe this guy does have a point. Maybe these people should be put in check. Does it necessarily mean that we go out and kill them in cold blood? No, obviously not. My wife and I just watched the show Goliath, and the whole story is about this little lawyer that is going after these huge, gigantic corporations that are doing exactly what Brian Johnson would have been accused of behind the scenes, but is unable to get convicted, right? It's vigilante justice, but it's happening in the courtroom. This is why we all kind of gravitate towards, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. It's looking out for the little guy. It's getting those people that are above and past the law, right? We can't get them necessarily in the courtroom, but the superhero will do the justice. And I think internally that's what Luigi thought he was doing. He's saying, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get them in court, right? They've got too many good lawyers. They've got too much money and resource. They're above the law, but I can get them. I know what they've done. I know they're guilty, and I can get them on the back end, right? I can get them through vigilante justice. And on one hand, I see their point, right? I see that, okay, well, yeah, there are, case in point, Cain Velasquez, right? Guy essays his daughter, Cain goes after him. I feel like completely justified, but because it wasn't done through the proper channels. So I'm not giving an opinion one way or another. I do think what Luigi did was wrong and evil and wicked. But all that to say is, in this culture that's so divisive and seemingly right on one side and wrong on the other, this was a weird one. So he writes Patrick Bet-David a letter. And Patrick, somebody I admire, somebody I look up to, somebody that I made a video a couple weeks back that, saying that I enjoy Adam Sosnick and I think Adam should get more shine. And I got a few people in the comments that are like, oh, you're from Israel. Again, I digress. I love PBD. I love his podcast. I love his platform. I love that he has people on that are interesting characters, to say the least. A lot of mobsters, a lot of people, Iranian leaders at times, I think. A lot of people in this life. And he says Luigi had some nice things. I'm curious. I want to know what was in that letter. I'd like to know. I would like him to get back with Luigi and have Luigi say, hey, you're more than welcome to read it out loud. It's a very interesting thing to hear what's going on, because most people, the kid was valedictorian. He was, I believe he was he in college? I don't know if he was in college or was graduated, maybe getting his master's. There was a 90-day period where his mom didn't know where he was. I'm just curious. After all I've laid out, right? After the nuance of some of these things, after our clinging to vigilante justice, after the fact that we're divided on so many levels, where Renee Good can be the hero, but Charlie Kirk can be the villain. What happened in those 90 days?